Yeah. Oh my God. What's up, everybody? This is the Amish Space Station. And I know that I said 4 o'clock. And I am very sorry. But I needed to work out. I did. I missed a couple days and I had to. I hope everybody's doing well. I definitely hope everybody's doing well. It's been a lot of crazy stuff going down. So I've been kind of just gathering myself. But this one's going to be good today. This one's going to be really good. It's also going to be a short one. All right. I want to see if my audio is coming through properly. What is going on? Oh. This is amazing. So I didn't get a notification to say I'm going live. Oh. So I didn't get a notification. There it is. All right. Give him 2 minutes. It's fine. All right. Right. So I want to give a shout out. I'm going to be taking control of my topic channel pretty soon. So that is a thing, the Amish Space Station. So I do have a topic channel. Sounds like my audio is coming through. So I'm really ready to get digging in. This is going to be really funny. Oh my God. This is going to be amazing. So, so as we all know, it seems like there is a constant flow of nonsense happening, and the propaganda has been kicked up harder and harder and harder, and it just won't stop. And you know what? I've decided that whenever somebody decides that they want to be a truth-seeking individual, I mean a real truth-seeking individual, it is really, that's something that you don't do to be popular or to have a lot of friends. Because I'm well aware that there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with me, which is completely understandable. There's going to be a lot of people that disagree. There's not going to be a lot of people that have the exact same thoughts or anything like that. But the whole point is that the truth is not about whether you agree or whether you disagree. It's about what is or what isn't. Okay. And I think that that's one of the most important things, is making sure that we all understand what is and what isn't, because that's one of the things that we just don't seem to be able to all understand. So this is going to be a controversial video, so I'm going to be very careful with some of the stuff that I actually say, because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. You know what I mean? I kind of want to make sure I come off properly, exposing different people and stuff like that, because there's things that I don't like about people, and I understand that. But only if I start seeing weird things, that's when I really start kicking that stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So, first thing I want to talk about, crisis actor Here, let's actually go. Yeah, crisis actor jobs. So Chesapeake Health for Aberdeen, Maryland. What do you guys think? This is a behavioral health crisis center. Hold on. They might have taken it off. It doesn't matter. Crisis acts and jobs. There's actually a whole bunch of casting calls and other things for crisis actors that I've seen a while back. It's funny, but a crisis actor is a trained actor, role player, a volunteer, or other person engaged to portray a disaster victim during an emergency drill to train first responders such as police or fire EMS personnel. Crisis actors are used to create high-fidelity situations of disaster in order to allow first responders to practice their skills and help emergency services organizations prepare and train in realistic scenarios as part of a full-scale disaster exercise. Now that we all know what crisis actors are, right? We understand how much we've seen these people. And there is a podcast that just went down not too long ago, and Mag Bitter Truth exposed it, and I actually put it up on my channel. So if you guys get a chance, definitely check this out. Okay, but we're gonna go over it real quick because I think that this is pretty important. So Russian vids, deep inside the rabbit hole, David Weiss and PK and Lift the Veil are all in on this podcast, and this happens on the podcast. So let's get into it right now.
Of idiots making comments. Oh, he's an actor. Good people questioning. Oh, you've been exposed by the poo jabber service. You're an actor.
The good people, Christians, coming at him and tell him that he was exposed by the same dude.
A fucking actor. An extra is classified as an actor. He is a nobody. Mums and dads.
Mm-hmm.
That's it about the acting. The other thing I want to point out.
Mm-hmm. See him with the devil horns? Watch him again.
That's it about the acting. The other thing I want to point out.
See it? He flashed the devil horns, no doubt about it, people. Wow.
Is he's calling me out to be a Jew.
There you go.
He's calling me out to be a Jew. All right, Dave, I'll ask you. You're a Jew. You're Jewish, aren't you, David?
None of them gonna admit that they're Jew. That's what you need to understand. And he trying to call out one of them that, oh, yeah, you say you're Jew, huh? Nobody say it. They're not gonna take it.
To be a Jew. All right, Dave, I'll ask you. You're a Jew. You're Jewish, aren't you, David?
Peter, you gotta calm down about this. He's not.
All right, I know.
He's not gonna answer if he's a Jew.
So David Weiss won't say no, he's not a Jew. No, nobody's gonna say that they're not Jewish. Yeah, now I hope everybody's seen this. This is important, and I am gonna make another statement about this. This isn't about who's Jewish and who's not, but I am gonna make a statement.
Just tell him to calm down. He's not gonna answer. Are you a Jew? None of them wanna say they're Jews. Why?
Just settle down, my friend. It's okay. He proved himself.
Panic mode. Everybody gone in panic mode. Tell you that. Right.
So Russian Vids seems to also be up here. Now I'll tell you all, I do support Russian Vids at the moment, but I'm thinking about backing out of supporting him. If this is, because I've heard a lot of different things out of the rabbit hole. David Weiss. This goes for Nathan Thompson and a lot of people. You're all pushing this little fake Jesus thing. You're all pushing the fake Jesus thing. I give a lot of people some passes with this, but I've done way too many videos on this whole thing to let it kind of slide. Hey, what's going on? Nathan Oakley, 1980 is in the building. If you guys don't know him, check him out. What's going on, Nathan? So I'm gonna keep this really, really short. But the very definition of this gatekeeping thing is, hey, Nathan, Yeah, Russian vids. Now, keep in mind, I do like Russian vids. I do support Russian vids. I don't know exactly what to say about this whole podcast here. I do support Russian vids though. But when situations like this arise, it's really important for people to make sure that they make their statement clearly so that everyone doesn't get the wrong idea, because this is how conspiratorial things get spread. And this is also how people get the wrong idea, which is why I said I'm gonna make a statement after I explain this. That way everybody understands where I'm at, because this can kind of sound like a race thing, and I don't want it to sound like a race thing. But it's really important for people to be able to express what they are when they get the opportunity, because it's real easy. And people have used this on a lot of different people. It's easy to twist it and say, oh, he didn't say anything here. He didn't say this. He didn't say that. So that means he is, or that means he isn't. And you have to make your statement, because a lot of people just twist it and use it. The same as, what is it? Behind the Curve, the video Behind the Curve, or whatever it is. And also the video with Logan Paul bashing flat earth. The reason all that happens is because people get misrepresented. And the thing is for the most part, if a flat earther gets misrepresented, right, you're probably not going to recover from that. And a lot of people, they just get turned off. They're not that deep in the woods to where they understand the whole workings of flat earth, or the workings of all these different cover-ups, or all these different issues that happen and stuff, and other unacknowledged special access programs and other things that other people have brought to light through the freedom of information. So people are not going to, they just want to turn on Logan Paul. And if they see him making fun of something, that's all there is. They're not going to go deep in it. I am an activist in person, and I've talked with hundreds of people, in person. I do it on a daily basis, and I'm being conservative with the number. And people are just not that deep. And as soon as you get too deep, they just turn right off. They're like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Actually, it does. Okay. So it's really important that when these type of situations happen, and you're in on this podcast, and you're one of these people, whether it's Lift the Veil, whether it's Russian vids, whether it's Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, or anything, you got to make sure you clear your name. Hey, Travis Joe, what's going on, man? Travis is in the building. So that's all I really wanted to say on this topic, because this is something that I think a lot of people should see. So in the comments, I have a link to this video, and I just want to say real quick that you have a lot of different types of Jewish individuals. Okay. So when you're actually bringing on Revelation, just for an example, I'll make those who are the synagogue of Satan, who claim to be Jews, though they are not, but are liars, and I will make them come and fall down at your feet and acknowledge. Okay, now, everybody needs to understand that statement, okay? There is Ashkenazi Jews, there is the Zionists, okay? So if someone is going to make that claim, and they are going to say, hey, you're Jewish, which Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, David didn't really say he wasn't at all, and he had multiple opportunities to say that he wasn't. It's just the thing that you also got the Balfour Declaration, and you also have the Havana Project and things like that, the Havana Plan. And when you got all of these things that have taken place in history, you really do need to make sure that you clear your name if somebody's going to start talking about you, whether that has to do with Palestine, Israel, or whether that has to do with, the people that we're talking about. Okay. And that's why I say, you know what I mean? You got to be careful. I don't preach that Jesus stuff. We all know that the letter J was not in the 1611 King James Version Bible. We know this. Therefore, Christianity's done. I don't want to hear anything about Christianity. This is not a Christian network. This is a truth network. This isn't a flat earth network. It's also a truth network. So it's not about that. You know what I mean? Because we're kind of too deep in the woods to even do that. So this guy is PK. I don't even know these guys. I don't even care to know these guys, but that's PK. It's also Lift the Veil. And I'm just shouting them out right now because it's important that, that people know. This is what I do. I expose people, and that's what I'm always going to do. But this is Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. And I'm not saying David is anything. David puts out a lot of really, really good information. Okay. It's just, I've seen a lot of people, disrespect Eric Dubay, and I've never understood why they do that. Hey, Grower, now Shower, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, man. I just seen a lot of people disrespect Eric Dubay, and that kind of gets on my nerves, especially when, his knowledge on all of these topics surpasses every single flat earther that I've ever seen. So and I'm saying that with a bold statement because I've seen a lot of his videos that are no longer on YouTube or anywhere else. You can't even find them. They're very hard to find. And he's done 6 hour or 3 hour documentaries and stuff like that that will make you sick if you have no idea about some of the stuff and a lot of the footage and things that he actually presents. So there is a reason that Eric Dubé was taken off of here, and it was not for violating YouTube's terms of service that are always changing nonstop. So I do want to put that out, but I do have a link to this video. And anybody who hasn't checked out Trav, by the way, Travis Jones is in the building. If you haven't checked out his video on that Tiger Woods situation, I can't even say it with a straight face. Yeah, Trav, hey man, water all over my computer, man. If y'all haven't seen his new video before it gets taken down, because you know how YouTube acts, definitely check out his new video on the Tiger Woods situation, because Tiger Woods and also Emma Watson, you know what I'm saying, is retiring. And for some reason, this is the biggest news. You know what I mean? Like, people are turning on their TVs and all you're hearing about is whether or not Tiger Woods is okay. We don't care. We don't care. I don't care if some multi-millionaire is okay. I don't care if some Hollywood sodomite is okay. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't represent me. He never will represent me. And I do hope he doesn't represent anybody on this network at all. You know what I'm saying? Have more respect for yourself. You know what I mean? These people are, they're trash. But whole point, though, I'm keeping this short. The whole point was just for people to understand we are going to call you out as gatekeepers if the only thing that you talk about is one thing. And if you do not defend yourself properly, you are going to get exposed to just that. So my last video was ranting about a lot of different people out here that are calling me out. I got called a Freemason. I'm like, dude, you won't do that in person. You do that to my face, it's going to be a problem. I've gotten called a Freemason, a lot of things. I'm not that big of a channel. Okay. And I really don't like it when I see a lot of the nonsense. I just don't. It gets, it doesn't get under my skin, but it's still annoying. You know what I mean? Because it's straight lies. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just slander, So I'm not slandering anybody's names on this video. However, if you associate yourself with shady individuals, you are going to by default look shady. And I'm not trying to profile people, but that's just the way it goes. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? You get lumped in by the company you keep, and that's the way it is. So I do want to know whether this whole situation is actually going to get cleared up or not, because you would never, ever see me go to Japan and go and apply for the Japanese government. It's like, okay, you got this black guy who just went to Japan. I'm not even Japanese, and I'm working in the Japanese government. Just because I was born in Japan, I'm not of that race. You know what I'm saying? All right. I like RV Truth. Has he been mentioned? Yeah. I like, yeah. What I said about RV Truth. RV Truth, like I said, I am on his what do you call it? Patreon. I'm actually on Russian Vid's Patreon. So I don't want people thinking that I'm just like calling people out. I support everybody. You know what I'm saying? Whether I agree with everybody, I've sent not on this profile, but I've been watching Nathan Oakley, his whole channel, his whole network, Arwin, and everybody from their network, Quantum Eraser and stuff. And I watch, Eric Dubé, Dell, and all these people. I've been supporting all these people. I don't have any hatred or any anger toward any of these people. Okay. I really don't. I like all these people. Like Nathan Oakley was just here. I don't have an issue with anybody. I'm just trying to put the truth out. This is only a truth network. That's it. Russian Vids. The only problem with Russian Vids is that I see so far, beside him being, interviewing a lot of questionable individuals. I'm not questioning Russian Vids, but his, you got to be careful who you interview with or who you're dealing with, because a lot of people are just, like what happened with Logan Paul. I still see people like Fight the Flat Earth. I still see him showing, that clip from that movie, Flat Earth, shot where they're like, oh, thanks, Bob. Thanks, Bob. And even though he didn't prove the Earth rotating, they're acting like he did. And that's all that matters, is just acting. That's all it's about. So if you want to check it out, I left the link in. It's right in the description to this video. So if you guys want to check it out, definitely check that out so you can see what I'm saying. But these people do get, I mean, they get called out and you start seeing them jump around and stuff, you know? Grower says, in this day and age, no one is allowed to form their own opinion. We must think like everyone else. And I respect different perspectives. What's real is real. Exactly. Exactly. I wish there was more people like you. Growing up, they think that it matters about their opinion with stuff. Listen, I only see what people do. And if you are a person who just preaches just the Bible, you're not explaining a lot of the problems that we have found in the Bible. And they do need to be explained and they do need to be dealt with. When someone says, okay, you don't like Jesus, there was no letter J in the 1611 King James Bible written in Hebrew. Why is there a letter J? And why have the names been changed? Why has there been so many little alterations? Why has the Catholic Church changed the commandments? There's a lot of questions that if you or anybody decide not to go down that road, you might as well keep trucking right off this network. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm just going to expose you. So people like Nathan Thompson, for instance, if you're not going to listen to people like me and other truthers who explain the different problems with Christianity, if you're not going to listen, that's the same thing as the Rumpus and other individuals from the flat earth community that's been, you know, debating with people and fighting with people like Red Pill. And you know what I mean? They've been fighting with them and they won't listen to anything. They even go back on their own statements. And Nathan Oakley actually goes over it a lot. You know, he actually shows you, they go right back on their thing. They're like, yeah, Earth is, no, there's no way that Earth can be this. And then they go, well, Earth is this, but there's no way that this can, you know, and they go back and forth because they will never, ever, ever. It's called fundamentalism. They're never, ever going to admit anything. It doesn't matter what you do. You know what I mean? You can literally hold a cat out in front of them and say, hey, this is a cat. They're going to say, no, that's not a cat. Hypothetically, it's a cat, but it's not a cat. In reality, it's a cat, but it's a cat. It's not a cat. It's a cat that's kind of there, but it's not there. You know, like the horizon. Bro says the Catholic Church. Oh, yeah. 100%. Sorry, my network is, you know, I've been having internet issues. That's why I haven't been on these past couple days. Give me a second. Give me a second. I have to get soon. All right. Can you guys hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. Is the stream? All right. I think I am a go. All right. Thank you. All right. I think I'm a go now. I'm just double checking. And Grower says, you can't preach the King James Version and claim to be woke. They hit his name thousands of times. Yeah, they did. They did 100%. Yeah. That's why I see people, they're all God bless, God. Which God? Who's God? Which God? What does God mean? Baal? No, we don't worship him here. We don't do that. God has a name, and who am I to change it? You know, who am I to change any of these commandments? You know, so literally right on the Catholic website, I showed this, I think, in my last stream. They changed the commandments. You know, shall not covet thou neighbor's wife and all that. Hey, exactly. It's exactly what it is. So when I see people like Nathan Thompson, or I see people even like Russian vids and stuff, it's time to come out of the Jesus thing. We're not, it's time to come out of it. You have to get out of it, whether it's Russian vids or, I think Russian vids starts a whole bunch of trouble and problems and shills and stuff for like Eric Dubé. And it's like, he sits here and like calls Eric Dubé, tries to make fun of him and stuff because, Eric puts out information that's contradictory. He shows how, Krishna is the same thing as Jesus and a lot of other stuff. And you see it in each religion. You know what I mean? All these miracles and all these other things. I think he just did a recent video about it. And people are still, and he gets mad and stuff. So he thinks he can troll people. So he trolls Dell for some reason. I'm like, why would you troll Dell? So Russian Viz just kind of, it's just crappy. It's a crappy thing to do. It really is. Yeah, dog backwards. Exactly. They do work backwards. That's Aleister Crowley. They'll learn to read backwards. They'll learn to walk backwards. They'll read the Bible, play phonographic records backwards. The greatest for magic is a 9-year-old child, male. Time to come out of Babylon. Yeah. They can't, though. They can't come out. And that's the problem. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but that's why I just shut down. I can literally shut down anybody because the only thing they can do to come at me is talk about nonsense that has nothing to do with truth. There's a big difference between truth and whatever these other people are doing. You know what I mean? It's like these people have here's the issue. Here's the issue. Mark Sargent and some of these other huge flat earthers have been on the news, and they won't even mention people like Eric Dubé. So I don't understand. You get somebody who actually knows a lot of information about a lot of different things, and they won't even mention them because they are gatekeepers. Same thing as Alex Jones. I used to watch Alex Jones and I liked him. And he literally just made, saying I'm a little bit crazy. And my fan base was a little bit crazy as well. We had psychosis. He literally called his anybody who followed him. And guess what? He still has a huge fan base and people still love him. And he literally made everybody look like they're crazy. He fights against everything when it comes to NASA. Even when I was dead asleep researching UFOs, I knew that NASA was lying. And this dude actually never even questions NASA. That's the reason why when I watched him, he never ever talked about NASA. And that's the reason why. He's a NASA fanboy. I never liked the idea of Elon Musk, being the leader of the new world, leaving off of Earth and deciding to bring humanity to a different planet after they destroy the planet. Because even then, I already knew about the geoengineering. See, it's just different levels of truth that people need to be able to understand and they need to realize. Oh, yeah, 100%. Dubé is a smart brother. I don't got to agree with everything to enjoy. Hey, that's right. That's right. I mean, there's some things. It's really, for me, it's not even about agreeing. It's just I know that there's a certain amount of information that we know that we have. And for people to debunk people, it's kind of like Eric's book, 200 Proofs. You have to go through and debunk them all. You can't just find one and say, okay, maybe this one doesn't work right, so that means all the other 199 is wrong. No. You got to go through and debunk 200 of them. So you need to start your show for 3 hours, 4 hours, however long your stream needs to be in order to go through all 200. And you need to show it with demonstrations and show it properly. You can't just come on like Simon Dan and say, okay, Eric Dubé's wrong. Boom, done, debunked. What? That's kind of like Nathan Thompson coming in here saying, oh, yeah, Amish Space Station, you're never, ever going to comment on my network again because when I said Jesus actually means earth pig in Latin, that just crossed the line. You're not allowed to talk about Jesus like that. I see Jesus as being a very dangerous figure. When they say that a new figure, a new head person comes back and they say that it's Jesus, a lot of people are actually going to believe it. They're actually going to believe it. Seeing this current situation with COVID, I actually see how they're able to pull that kind of crap off. And I know they can. I know they can pull it off. And I know a lot of people are actually going to believe it. You know what I mean? Exactly. Of Zeus. That's all it's about. It's all paganism. And when you understand paganism, you throw it all out. You just throw it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I said. I said the biggest. Now, there's other people who called me out. I'm not going to call them out by name, but they called me out. And this is exactly what I said. I said, this is the biggest deception. Flat Earth is not the biggest deception. The biggest three deceptions is history, science, and religion. Our entire history has been completely covered up. We have no idea who we are, where we came from. All this stuff, half of it's true, half of it's lies. Most of it's not even true. Matter of fact, let me revise that statement. Most of it is false. And then the rest of it is lies. You know what I mean? That's an even bigger cover up because they're giving you thousands of years to base your life off of. And that's why people go along with the current narrative so easily because of that. It's a way bigger cover up because without evolution, without history, you can't have a globe Earth to begin with. The only reason people believe it is because they believe it's been established. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah, people being led to a false messiah. Exactly what's going to happen. Yep. And they're all going to look at us and say that we are heathens. They're going to be like, you don't believe in Jesus, and that's the only way you can be saved. Actually, the creator of everything that we know can save us if the creator is going to save us. If he's not going to save us, then I'm sorry to say it, guys, it's over. Sorry. I'm not going to go to a man in order to go to the highest creator. That ain't going to happen. So if I'm going to the wherever, hell, if you want to put it that way, then I'll see you there. I'll see you there. Because it is what it is. You're not going to tell me that somebody who comes out in this day and age with all this lying that they're doing now, you're not going to come out and tell me that somebody is the Jesus, somebody's the son of God. Hey, everybody, the Amish space station now apparently is the son of God. All right. So, I'll get out my augmented reality kit and I will walk on water. You know what I'm saying? Right, grower. It is what it is. Exactly. I will see you there. It is what it is. I'm not going to go through a man claiming to be Jesus. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. That would be crazy if somebody literally just came back. Yeah. If the Pope. Yeah, exactly. What if the Pope said it? So if the Pope could say Jesus and not burn up. Yeah, exactly. Literally, the Pope and them change the Bible. They change. It says, do not alter the Bible. And they changed the Bible. And yet you got Jesus preachers like Nathan Thompson in them. And I'm going to keep putting him out because he's a shill. And you know what I mean? And he's sitting here still saying to follow Jesus. We don't need that Jesus stuff anymore. We don't. We all need to research what we're actually looking into and who we're following. Okay, the only thing we need to do is look up information about how to determine whether there's a real creator. I recommend understanding the quantum eraser experiment to the fullest to be able to prove that there is a knower. And everything else past that, Jesus didn't create me. Jesus didn't create me. Everybody who says Jesus called Jesus God. And they literally think Jesus is God. They think Jesus is the creator. That's not the case. The creator doesn't need to go through a human and give birth through a woman. It's just not the way it needs to happen. Is it a complete impossibility? No. And that's why I say I research also Chris from Truth Unveiled, who, shout out, has just been deleted from YouTube. So they deleted his channel completely. And I don't know if he's going to make any more. So I do hope everybody got a chance to see his stuff. If you didn't, check me out. I'm a space station on BitChute, and I will be putting out some more information. So, yeah, exactly. Who did Jesus pray to? Hey, who watches The Watchmen? So this whole thing is, to me, it's absolute insanity. I just can't get myself to understand how these people have literally just done the things that, they've allowed, So this video, I'm going to keep it short. This video is mainly to explain this little issue that happened on his podcast, because I never looked into David Weiss. David Weiss apparently is Jewish. There are different types of Jews. There are different types of Jewish people. I'm not calling all Jewish people bad people or anything like that. I am just saying that when someone calls you Jewish and you're in the truth community and we're trying to establish what happened in history, and we're trying to get to the truth. Okay. It doesn't look good if it seems like you may be one of those individuals that may be shilling for flat earth. We want the truth to be exposed. If someone, which I'm black, first off, and on top of that, my lineage here from where I'm from in Maryland or DC area, wherever, you can actually trace me back to one person. I'm sure it's 100% fictitious. You know what I'm saying? But that's as far as mine go. Mine goes back to a slave who died in jail, actually, for some kind of weird violation. And he, I'm not going to give his name out or anything. Not that I'm hiding it, but the whole point is that if someone ever did call me out to say, hey, are you Jewish? The first thing I'm going to say is no. Number one, I'm black. And my history comes directly, and I'm going to say this because this is what the only thing they're going to understand. My history is from so-called African American. I'm not from Africa. Black people are not from Africa. Okay? And this nation was not founded in 1770. So people do need to understand that. It's extremely important. Okay? So, oh yeah. Gord, thank you for checking out the stream, man. I really appreciate that. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm in the DC area. So Baltimore, DC type area, whatever. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I try and put out the truth. This was something that I felt like I had to talk about because all of these guys who have been called shills, you know what I mean? Like the very person who exposed the whole flat earth, in the most elegant way, if you ask me. It was beautifully done. Eric Dubé. They never even, supposedly, I don't know the whole issue behind this, but none of them even invited him to the Flat Earth International Conference that Obama, I think, might have mentioned, and all these other people and stuff. But they never invited him to actually go to the conference. I've heard Nathan Thompson say some ignorant crap about Eric Dubé. I've heard a lot of people. I mean, you got Russian vids who up here trolls Eric nonstop, just like, oh yeah, he's a shill. He talks about Jesus, and he just says Eric is 100% blah blah blah. And I've never seen such disrespectful people who we know already that regardless of whatever either one of them are, they've been putting out legendary information that has never been really debunked ever. And they're just tossing that out the window, talking about them like nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You had Owen Benjamin, who went to the Flat Earth International Conference thing, playing his trashy. And he's a Hollywood failed comedian who admits that his dad is a sodomite. And he is trolling Eric Dubé, making fun of him, not, starting to fight with him, not letting him on a show. I mean, what is wrong with these people? I've never even seen this level of craziness. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Everybody just had a important call come through. Anyway, let me get back real quick. I'm about to end this. Baltimore as some yeah. That's another thing, man. Most people don't even know about like Tartarian stuff. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, man. I want to walk the streets and kind of walk around, but I just this whole everybody wearing masks thing and everybody I can hardly deal with it now. It's gotten to the point where people have just completely lost their minds. So, it's really put a hit on, it's hit me. It's like a low blow, you know what I mean? Where you really want to, I would right now, honestly, this year has been the year where I've been putting in a lot of information, studying this stuff. And I would love to walk around and get real footage with a small group of people. But no, if I walk around with some people, I'm just going to, get into a fight with police officers. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to let anybody dunk me on my head. I don't care if you're in uniform or not. You touch me, there's going to be a problem. And it's going to be on camera. And then it's going to be on my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And if they take it off there, it's going to be on my library and BitChute and BitTubers. You know what I mean? Because I don't play that. But it's crazy. I never thought that all this stuff would actually happen, and I see it happening. But meanwhile, while the world burns, the reason why I say the best truthers out there is people like Eric Dubay, and I'm not categorizing anybody together. So I want to say that before I say the rest of these names. But Richie from Boston has been talking about this pandemic thing from beginning to end, and he hasn't stopped. And that's more important than flat earth right now. And nobody else is, deep inside the rabbit hole. He's not talking about this stuff. Russian vids, he's not talking about this stuff. PK and the rest of whoever, those lift the veil, I don't know them, but I'm pretty sure they're not talking about it either. Otherwise, they would have been deleted off of YouTube. And, there's really important things that people need to start talking about. RNA, they need to talk about these new shots that people are going to be getting, and they need to start talking about the long-term effects, and they need to start talking about, how dangerous and potentially dangerous this situation is. And we need to start talking about that, because meanwhile, all that's happening, you know what I'm saying? And Mars and what are they called? NASA is sitting here saying they landed on Mars. So flat earth is not making any headroom right now. And we need to be exposing more serious situations, not, flat earth at the moment. I mean, we can't. These people are not going to listen to that right now. We need to explain to people that there is a risk involved in everything, and they need to weigh their risk factor. And I think we can do that on YouTube without them taking our videos down. I may be wrong. So by saying that, we'll see what happens with this video. But also, I haven't been tagging videos either with, all these little trigger words, which I think has helped me a little bit. I haven't seen all these little tags, but YouTube watches certain channels. So I think if Eric Dubay did it or something, it probably wouldn't work for him. They know who he is. You know what I'm saying? They know his channel. Eric Dubay is a pretty hot topic. You know what I'm saying? So they know, he's not going to be able to slip one by the goalie. It just ain't going to happen. Even if he doesn't tag his video, they might, who knows? He might start talking about, flowers. And then all of a sudden they put a Q underneath his video, QAnon. They might just do that just to be dicks. You never know what these crazy people will do now. Because they're crazy. They're tyrants and they're crazy. I mean, honestly, and I'll say this on YouTube, and I don't care whether they want to take me down or not. I'm not comfortable getting medicine. I'm not comfortable taking medicine. I'm not comfortable taking things that I don't understand completely. I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm not okay with that. I don't feel good with that. And I don't see how that's a problem. Okay? I'm not comfortable with people killing babies. I'm not okay with that. I'm not all right with abortions because I feel like if you're stopping a living, breathing thing, it's just not right. We don't have that right. That doesn't make me a bad person, and it doesn't make me violate any terms of service. I have a right to feel that way. I do. Like, Aleister Crowley, do what thou wilt. This is how I feel, right? I could pull that card, right? My body, my choice, right? I can pull a whole bunch of different cards out if I want to, right? Not that I would, I'm just saying. I have an ill feeling, Gross says, I have an ill feeling lots of people will be dropped. I don't know, man. I honestly, and I say man, let me say this since it's 2021. I say man in general as friend, so it's not, female, male thing. Not that it really matters. You know what I'm saying? A legal drug dealer from birth. Yeah. We're taught to trust them. Yeah. Like the drugstore and stuff, I was watching this little fake tiger situation, and they said, yeah, we didn't check any prescription medication. Why are you prescribing people medication that can make them run off the road and have an accident? Boom. Done. What are you even looking for prescription medication for? Done. Shouldn't even be a thing. Done. Let it go, but no, people just hear that and they're just, oh, prescription medication. So it didn't matter, whether you're prescribed to a drug or you're not. It's still the same drug, and people are looking at it that way now, But yeah, that's what they do. It's designed to make sure that we're sick, and we're never going to get healthy until we understand, and we have that right. We just have that right to feel that way. And I don't understand how this thing has gotten to this point, but it's very, very bad. It really is. And there's a lot of more important things that people definitely need to talk about, you know, and especially this thing. So what I'm going to do is let everybody know. I'm going to be doing live streams, and I'm going to play some videos giving people information about these shots. A lot of different doctors and medical information. And I'm going to do it live. And then I'm going to have to delete the live stream in order to avoid being hit with a strike. So I'm not going to put it in on this video, because then I would have to delete the video, because it's a sure way for them to say, here's the problem with it. They hit me with a strike. That means I can't do a live stream and I can't upload for months. Okay. They'll hit you with a 90-day ban. They won't delete this channel. They're not going to delete this channel. They're going to ban you from getting on the channel for so long that it won't matter. All your subscribers, that people who listen to you, and and you can't sue them because you still got your control, your channel. You still got control of your channel. You just don't have control over whether you can upload. So that's their new game. And by new, I mean this is their game they're running with now. They've been doing it for a while though. Grower says they are taking advantage of old people and minorities. Yeah. I mean, but imagine 40 years from now, when I'm elderly and things like that, and 50 years from now, it's going to be very, very scary. A lot of these kids they're not going to care. So that's why I say Travis Jones, he does real good work. He shows people different things, you know what I'm saying? Different, healthy ways to live. He gives you a lot of different, inspirational stuff. It's inspirational to me. You know what I'm saying? I love hearing Travis Jones talk, because he really talks about some real good stuff. And the stuff he says makes me feel better, and it makes me want to do better. I started actually lifting weights again and actually jogging after watching his videos. Okay. That's what got me, I wasn't eating that McDonald's crap, and I wasn't, I've never been over 160 pounds, number one. So I was never eating very bad, and I always took care of myself. But watching him, inspired me to actually, he inspired me as well to even open up a channel and stuff like that, and actually just, decide to do this, myself. But I've been researching this, and I've been, doing music for an extremely long time now. So I'm not new. It just seems that way, but yeah, these terms of service, they keep changing them, so you can't say anything that goes against the World Health Organization or anything. And, it's, they all change with the wind, so it doesn't really matter. But, I don't know. So far, the workaround for that is to do some live streams. Now, this might work for me. I don't think it's going to work for some of the other, bigger guys, but, I'm going to do some, some live streams and actually put good information on live streams. I'm just going to upload videos for the rest, for the rest of it, because I have to delete the live streams. I hate having to delete live streams, but I don't have a lot to talk about every single day. So at the very least, I can come on every day, play the live stream, and then delete it. So if anybody gets a chance to look at it, that's good. So went back to the gym Monday, has stopped for 8 years. About to make 30. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to take care of yourself, because you know what? If we eat their food, they win. They win. Every time that I went to McDonald's in the past, I was like, dude, I know what this is doing to me, and I'm still eating it. They win. They're winning. They're making me destroy myself. It's like, even if life gets to the point where it feels horrible to even be in this society right now, if you voluntarily make yourself sick to where you're no longer in this society, you let them win. We're all going to live. We're going to live. We're going to go. We're going to live our lives. We're going to die regardless. The difference and the only control that we have is, are we going to die by our own terms, or are we going to let other people kill us? Are we going to let other people cause us to be in such bad health that they win? They systematically kill us. No, I am going to die. Yeah. Not because of eating McDonald's, not because of taking their food, their genetically modified crap. I haven't been to the grocery store in over a year and a half now, and I'm extremely happy about it. So That's really what it's about, you know, is making sure that you just got to look out for yourself, you know, because I'll tell you, 30, not even 30, 10 years from now, anybody in the hospitals and stuff, you know, your nurses are going to be coming up to you. They're all going to be guys who look like girls, maybe, and they'll probably be playing Fortnite. And in the middle of between playing Fortnite and taking your blood, I'm pretty sure they'll probably end up cross-contaminating you with some kind of bacteria. I mean, I could go on. I'm not even going to go down that road, but in between all of that, you're going to have to look out for yourself, you know, because these doctors, they'll be coming in high, you know what I'm saying, on a whole bunch of cannabis. They'll be showing up high, just smoking, going, yeah, you all right, brah? You all right, brah? Trust me, your blood pressure, what is it, 300 over 300? You here, smoke this, bro. You all right? You know, like, trust me, you don't even want to be in a hospital. You don't want to be there. Hospitals where people go to die. Grower says, I'll bet there'd be some cannibalism going on. Yeah. You know, call for an that he had compared it to Soylent Green, and I have no idea what they're putting in this. I mean, it's really crazy to that point where it's like, not even to sound conspiratorial, but who knows what they're putting inside this food? I have no idea. I have no idea why, you know, some of these people, like Call for an Uprising, exposed Planned Parenthood right across the street from Impossible Foods. Beyond Meat, Impossible Burgers, and all that other crap right across the street. How they actually say they're putting deployed cells in these little shots. And to think that they wouldn't put certain things in the food. They're putting it in the shots. So it makes sense that they would put it in the food. You know? Cora says they've been giving people crazy shit. I know, dosing people with dirty. Yeah. I'm not. I honestly, I used to think that was impossible. I was like, yeah, all this stuff has to be 100% clean. The ingredients in here is some kind of medicinal herbs that they have extracted from 100% naturally grown plants. You know, because, and I mean, how psychotic was I? What was I on to even have that frame of mind? To even look at all of the side effects that this medication causes. I just got medication not too long ago. It's been a couple years now for my stomach because I've been having issues with it. And the stomach medicine they gave me says that the side effect is possible stomach cancer. So to avoid going to jail over possibly some kind of weird neck grabbing situation that may have occurred if I were anywhere around in that type of thing over somebody trying to physically kill me by giving me stomach cancer, I just decided to throw away the bottle and cease taking it because I realized that we're all better off doing natural things. 100%. If it's not natural, what are you even doing? If it doesn't grow out of the ground from a tree, what are you doing? You know? And the problem is too, this is the last thing before I close out. A lot of people get that natural thing mixed up and they also say, well, weed is natural. No, it isn't. Marijuana and all that other stuff. No, it's not. The stuff that people are on in this medical marijuana, medicinal herbs and things now is completely different. And these vape pens with all this other stuff they got going on with all this stuff is completely different. And it is extracted. And the difference is, you know, like the mercury situation. Mercury behaves different when you shoot it intramuscularly versus, which means getting a little shot in your shoulder, versus you eating something filled with mercury. It acts on your system very, very differently. And it affects you differently. Okay, so a lot of people don't understand it. They think, oh, well, I rubbed it on my skin, so it went into my bloodstreams and instantly went to my muscles and got into my brain. No. It's not how that works. That's not how that works. So I don't know. This whole thing's crazy, man. It really is. It really is. Well, grower, not a shower. Sorry, I keep I keep wanting to say I'm. Thank you for checking out the stream, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to check me out. My show time that I normally try and come on here, and it's normally with better content, is around 4 p.m. Eastern time. I try and come on, so I was like a little bit late today. But I'm going to try to come on around 4 and do some streams. So thank you for taking the time out of the day, you know what I mean, to actually check me out. Not a lot of people do that. And, you know, I got family that won't even listen to me talk for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 2 minutes. So, so I really appreciate that. I'm just going to put that out there. I appreciate everybody taking the time to come in here. Oh, yeah. Me too, man. Thank you. So just as a shout out and an end closer, I got the link to this video in the description. It is Mag Bitter Truth, and you will see these people jump around like crazy on there and about the Jewish traits and stuff and the Jewish history, you know, of these people leading the flat earth community right now with close to 100,000 subscribers. And people with channels like me have little effect to, fighting back against it. So I just want to make everybody aware that I don't know what type of Jewish individual deep inside the rabbit hole David Weiss is, but apparently he is. And a lot of people here are Jewish here, and they're not denying it as well. And I don't know what they honestly believe in. I don't know what they hold dear. And I do know that they are gatekeepers, and they won't let you pass NASA and flat earth. They won't let you go through past that. They won't let you. So they are gatekeepers. Whether or not they're shills, I don't know. But Russian Vids, 100% gatekeeper, and he won't let you go past the religion, and he won't let you, that's it. Religion is his gate. So everybody should know that about him. And, if he sees this video, like I said, I do want him to address this stuff personally. I might actually reach out to him. I've talked with him personally. I actually have contact with a lot of these guys. So, I am going to try and reach out to them, but they're probably just going to ban me and get angry. But if they do, I'm just going to screenshot it, and then I'm going to come on here and show you all. So, I think it's a win-win, whether they ban me or they don't. It's their loss. If a call for an uprising doesn't like my take on Jesus, then I don't have to, subscribe to him anymore, and he'll lose his patronage from me. Same as Russian Vids. Same as Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. If they have an issue with me having a problem, depending on what type of their heritage they are, if they're an individual who is out to deceive and they have a problem with me being upset about that, they don't have to have my patronage. They don't have to have my support. And I can run 24-hour streams exposing them all nonstop on replay. It doesn't matter to me. It's up to them. I don't have an attitude or any ill will against any of these people. I'm just a mirror, and I love to reflect what these people actually show. So this is the Amish Space Station, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and definitely check out this. I'll keep it in the links, and it's extremely funny, so check it out. And I'll see if I can see you guys tomorrow.